Hi guys, we're Brown's Family Homestead. I'm Lindsay and my husband's name is Angelo, but we call him Ange. I'm a stay-at-home mom and Ange is a full-time entrepreneur. He fixes up the worst of the worst homes and transforms them into something beautiful, and we also have a landscaping business on the side. Together, we have 3 kids that are all super close in age, and we recently just made a huge life change. In 2020, my husband made the decision to leave law enforcement. He was a police officer while running a landscape business, and we were investing into real estate at the time, and we were newly married and having kids. So do I have your attention yet? Because we're crazy and we know it. As you know, 2020 was a year, to say the least. With years of contemplating quitting law enforcement, we finally felt peace about the Lord sending us forward. We lived in a comfortable 4-bed, 4-bath house in a peaceful, kind neighborhood. But as we started having babies in the state of society in 2020, it really made us press into what the Lord wants for our family. Maybe He was leading us elsewhere. Everything looked perfect, a big house, a pool, nice neighbors, but we felt the Lord keep whispering, I have more for you, but you have to trust me. Ange and I wanted safety, privacy, security, and freedom for our kids. But to be honest, when Ange came up to me saying, we should sell our house, it brought a huge amount of fear into me. I was hormonal from being pregnant with our second baby, and all I wanted was comfort after years of difficulty. But as the days went on, I felt like the Lord was dropping more and more peace into me about it. A month after that conversation, our house hit the market and sold within a couple days. As our house was getting packed away, my husband was on a local tax sale site and we found 30 acres of overgrown, abandoned land. It was neglected, trashed, and the grass was as tall as we were. But the beauty and potential outshined those things. There were apple trees, berry bushes, pastures, and beautiful mature trees. We decided to wait for the auction on the tax sale site so we could place a bid on it, and we visited the land over and over. People were also visiting it and marking their territory every time we went. They would block off the front door and make their presence known to hopefully scare away us or any potential bidders. The first time my feet hit that land, I had so much peace and confidence the land was ours. To this day, I can't even describe how confident I was. I felt like we had the green light from Jesus to pray over what He was reserving for us, thanking Him for providing, protecting, and taking care of our family. Soon before we moved out of our house, we had the auction, and you guessed it, we won! It was the most exciting and nerve-wracking day because we owned the land, but we still didn't have a home. Luckily, my parents owned a tiny little cabin next door to their house we could stay in till we knew which direction we were going to go in. We moved our family of 4, soon to be 5, into the cabin and began our frequent visitations to the property to begin the transformation process. The township considered the house and barn on the property condemned because they were in such bad condition, which was sad because we really loved those things, but they had to go. So we got those removed, we cleaned up the trash, removed all the dead trees, and we tried our hardest to bring the land back to scratch so we could have a blank canvas to begin our homestead on. In January 2021 is when we got our lumber to build our barndominium. If you don't know what a barndominium is, essentially it is a barn and condominium had a baby. As many of you know, the beginning of 2021 was the worst possible time to build because building supplies were changing by the hour and things were always low in stock. All we knew is building a barndominium would be a lot cheaper than building our future home. It would make it so we could get on our land a lot quicker, and obviously it was much cheaper. So January 2021 was barndominium build time and baby time. On the 7th, I started having contractions and we started to walk up and down the driveway and see the progress of the build. And this photo right here was taken 4 hours before I gave birth to our 3rd baby, our beautiful baby girl named Lacey Rose. It was finally move-in day, summer of 2021, and it was the best day ever. The kids were so excited and it felt like all those years of being uncomfortable, it all made sense. The puzzle pieces finally came together. We moved in, I got to do what I love and decorate the beautiful space. My kids have 30 acres to play on and my husband gets to experience making dreams come true. He worked 3 jobs, and one of them being law enforcement to make this happen. I don't think that's humanly possible, and honestly I can just only thank God for carrying him and our family through that hard season. For now, we're starting our homestead from scratch. We plan on homeschooling, getting chickens, cows, meat birds, and having a big garden. We want to bring the old-fashioned values back in the home, like learning the responsibility and work ethic it takes to take care of animals, learning how to make food from scratch, getting away from excess technology, embracing and loving nature, but most importantly, being a family chasing after God. We desire to have our land be a giving homestead, meaning we don't want to see how we can make a penny or make a business out of it, but we want to be able to give away any eggs, vegetables, or fruits to any neighbors or friends. We're so thankful for the opportunity the Lord's blessed us with, and we want to be able to share the gift with other people and just give God the glory, because we wouldn't be here without Him. It would have never happened. I hope you all feel very encouraged watching our videos, that it doesn't take anybody special to do what we did, and this isn't a whole video series on like look at all of our accomplishments and all the things that we did, but we really want to be the pathway for some of you that are wanting to get into homestead, or not thinking that you're a qualified person, that you need to look a certain way, that you need to live on 30 acres. You don't. You can live on 5 acres. And we just want to encourage you guys to be able to make risks as a family, and that's what's going to grow your family. But I hope you all feel encouraged watching our videos that it does not take a qualified person. And in fact, we felt so foolish half the time and like the complete opposite, but it really does all make sense now. And you just grow with the security of each other and the trust with each other during times like that, and a lot of people don't put themselves in those positions. Our marriage was so new and fresh to be doing that all at once, and I'm not gonna lie, it was extremely challenging. It was extremely challenging to start having babies while my husband's doing 3 jobs and he's trying to adapt to being a father and a husband as well. And so I'm not going to sugarcoat anything to say you shouldn't do it how we did it. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's always going to look different for each couple. It's not going to look like how we did it, and we wouldn't even condone somebody doing it like the way we did it. But I will say that when Jesus places something in your heart, be obedient and listen and run and burn the ships and don't look back and just continue forward, trusting that Jesus is with your family and you can trust Him with your future. If you have a desire in your heart that you feel like is from the Lord, or you want more for your marriage, or you want more for your home, I want to encourage you to pray, wait for peace, and run and have fun. This doesn't have to be dreadful. Paul was in prison filled with joy, not knowing if he was going to die. We need to not take ourselves so seriously, not be scared to fail, be okay with being misunderstood, and listen to the dreams God has for you. Life is not a one-size-fits-all, and that's what makes it all so unique and beautiful. My story is not going to look like your story, and your story is not going to look like mine. But for now, we go into the uncharted waters of homesteading from scratch. We have no idea what we're doing, but we plan on having a lot of fun while we do it. So come along and see our failures, our successes, and us just being us.